Hello and what is up, guys? My name is Maggie, you're watching Troll Bros. And welcome to 5 of the greatest heavy weapon mods Fallout 4 has to offer. Now, some of you may have already seen the majority of the mods featured in this video, but as always, there is one special, unique little showcase never before uploaded. So unzip your trousers, put your leg behind your head and hold on to that ballsack, because I give you 5 of the greatest heavy weapon mods ever made for Fallout 4. At number 5, we have the Gamma Repeater mod by Carnage Fiend. Do you enjoy big, clunky weapons, odd motions, and irradiating children? Well then, sit your ass down, buckle yourself up, and prepare to start throwing feces at oncoming traffic, because this, my friend, might just be the mod for you. The Gamma Repeater is a brand new, custom-made Children of the Atom themed heavy weapon. Its design has been heavily based upon that of the Gatling laser, which can clearly be seen in the general aesthetic of the weapon. Now, since this is a two-handed Gatling weapon, it's just one of those guns that just screams overkill, be it when you're trying to take down an entire army or just a simple fucking cockroach. Now, the mod maker has not specified where this weapon can be found, and momentarily it can only be spawned in via console. That being said, he has noted that he will later add this mod to one of his other Children of Atom themed mods, and then integrate it into the leveled lists. I mean, when you break your arm and you go to the doctors to have it x-rayed, and the doctor just pulls one of these bad boys out of his pants, you know shit's gonna get done. The mod maker did not use any custom meshes or textures when making this weapon, and usually the weapons made without importing meshes do look kinda shit. This one, however, does not. In fact, it literally looks like someone just tore apart a whole bunch of random things found in the Commonwealth and put together a brand new gun. Which really does make a lot of sense, since improvised weapons are the way to go in a post-apocalyptic scenario. Now, since this is a brand new weapon, the mod maker even added his own brand new ammunition type, being the fission cores, which do not look as good as the weapon, but do look somewhat interesting. They are basically fusion cores, but can only be used for this gun. Now, regarding modification, this weapon can be heavily customized. You can choose between one out of 2 receivers, one being horrendously underpowered and the other one being subsequently overpowered. There is no middle ground when it comes to this weapon. And one of my favorite features, it actually changes visually dependent on which receiver you use. And if that doesn't do it for you, you could even change the muzzle, which... I take that back, this weapon isn't customizable at all, it's barely improvable. But this gun also has a dark side, since it secretly supports ISIS. Now, since this weapon utilizes energy and radiation as its main cause of damage, it is very overpowered when it comes to some NPCs. That being said, it is horrendously underpowered when it comes to others. It is more or less useless against ghouls, or robots, or mutants. That being said, it can irradiate the fuck out of any human being. And if you honestly don't believe you'll get enough use out of this gun, don't worry, this does not have to be a gun. It can be used in multiple other ways. Whether you are just cleaning up your house, giving your car a paint job, putting your child to bed, or even getting ready for a night out in the club, this weapon can basically do it all. Now, regarding combat capabilities, as you can see, this weapon can be somewhat overpowered when faced against a crowd of naked people. But if nudity makes you somewhat uncomfortable, don't worry, you can also test this gun on fully clothed child people. At number 4, we have the WH-MK.22 Heavy Machine Gun Redux mod by Skibada.
Have you ever wanted to climb on top of a skyscraper and yell at the top of your lungs, "Hey world, I got a tiny dick"? Well, with the help of this mod, you might not even have to, because this gun will display that fact for you. That is right, we are back with yet another one of Skibada's Redux mods, and this time he managed to cover arguably the best gun in his entire series, the WH-MK.22 Heavy machine gun, as well as added an extra gun which I'll get to later on. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with my channel and or Skibada's mods, the guns featured in the Redux mod are pretty similar in origin. So any features and or functions shared among the guns, which I covered in a previous video, I will not explain in great detail in this one. If you wanna go check that out, then I suggest checking out one of my other Skibada Redux mod videos. Now, for the most part, this is your basic average giant fucking machine gun, proudly displaying the fact that you are obviously overcompensating for something, if that's how you want your character to be portrayed, which in my case, it definitely is. I mean, when I walk around town, I just need everyone to know that I'm not packing heat. Regarding augmentation, you can change the receiver on this gun, increasing the damage dealt. You could extend the magazine, add on gunner sights or even hollow sights. Add a muzzle attachment, some of which look badass as fuck. Change the bullet type, or even change the camo of it. Extend the barrel to obscene lengths. And if that doesn't do it for you, you can even add a shield on top of it. Now, in this mod, Skibada did not only redux the WH-MK.22 weapon, but he also added another one, the WH-MK.19 Shriek gun, which may or may not have nothing to do with shrieking whatsoever. And this gun is pretty much the same as the previous one, except when it comes down to modifications. You do not use 50 caliber bullets, but can switch between .38 and .5mm. So just download the mod and watch this gun bring the spring back into your step. But regarding damage demonstration, I think the best description of the usage of this gun will be the gun you'd have to use when you not only want to kill somebody, but also want to erase every single bit that proves they ever existed. Regardless of what you may believe, this gun is perfectly safe in the hands of children, no matter how malformed and or on fire they already are.
And at number 3, we have the Cross Fireworks Cannon by Nero. Do you enjoy 4th of July celebrations, rocket launchers, and being so American you literally piss red, white and blue? Well, in that case, this next little mod might just be right up your alley, as well as you might want to consult a doctor, because I am pretty sure you have a very serious, yet also patriotic, urinary infection. The Cross Fireworks Cannon is one of the later mods in the Cross modded series and essentially adds in a rocket launcher themed like weapon with a slightly more patriotic or slightly more celebratory theme. Now, calling this weapon a rocket launcher is quite an understatement if I have ever heard one. That would be like calling the Batmobile a car, or going up to a group of middle schoolers and asking them to name their favorite animal and then have that weird kid in the background who's always sniffing glue and eating textbooks yell out leaves. Well, I mean, you tried, buddy, you tried. Now, this weapon also comes with its very own unique ammunition, seeing as how it does fire fireworks instead of actual rockets or actual munition. Now both the ammunition and the weapon can be found through all out the Commonwealth on various raiders, mercenaries and even merchants, since it has been added to the leveled lists. As well as if you want the weapon straight away, you can walk over to your nearby camp station where you can craft both the weapon and the ammo. And if you take your weapon to the weaponsmith workbench, you can choose between 4 various combinations of different ammo, choosing between 2 sizes and 2 ammo types. As well as there is a special, unique ammunition type dubbed the Patriot, which essentially shoots out red, white and blue fireworks, giving it the aesthetics of how I would imagine it looks like when Uncle Sam ejaculates. As well as you can even pick the camo of your weapon, not only choosing from already pre-made camos, but also having the ability to determine the pattern, as well as the palette of the camo which you will have, as well as add additional modifiers to the weapon to make it really personal for whatever your gameplay might be. Regarding damage dealing, this weapon can unload up to 200 units of democracy on any poor raider, synth, or Middle Eastern country that needs it oh so badly. but in reality it is slightly less powerful than the vanilla Fallout 4 rocket launcher. Now, this might not be the strongest weapon, but it definitely does make up for that with the unique style and general theme of it. But as good of a weapon as this one is, it still cannot change the fact that I cannot stop pissing red, white and blue. I am serious. I've got a serious fucking problem. If anyone knows what might be up with that, please feel free to tell me, because I'm fucking desperate. God damn it, every time I go to the bathroom it's like a fucking 4th of July celebration. There's even fucking fireworks sounds and a cheering crowd. Nearing the end here, at number 2, we have the RAW, or the Raw Launcher by Quad Rioters. Do you enjoy weapons of mass destruction, fireballs, and literally anything containing the word raw? Well, look no further, because the RAW Launcher mod adds in literally that. The RAW Launcher, or the Raw Launcher mod, essentially adds in a highly detailed, futuristic, sci-fi looking rocket launcher themed weapon into the Commonwealth. Now, this weapon can be crafted at the chem station under the Quad Blueprint category, and requires a decent amount of materials as well as perks to be crafted. Aren't you tired of women always making fun of you and laughing at you for your small, shriveled up and honestly quite filthy fucking rocket launcher? Well, with the help of this mod, that will come to an end, because, come on, just look at that shit, it looks so goddamn badass. Now, weapon mods are one of the most abundant things found on the Fallout 4 Nexus mod page. That being said, I have not found many RPG or rocket launcher themed mods, and that's why the Raw Launcher is quite a breath of fresh air when it comes to weapon mods, especially with its custom animations, incredibly made meshes and even better textures. I mean, this is just one of those weapons that really do make you question your sexuality. Before using this mod, I thought I knew exactly what I was into, but after trying it out even for a few minutes, I found myself jacking off to World War II style RPGs. And I mean, come on, look at that, who can blame me? But the thing that makes this weapon stand out from the crowd is not the animations, the meshes, or even the textures. It is the unique modification capabilities. Unlike the vanilla rocket launcher, you can choose the camo of this weapon, modify the scope, and even change the magazine type, choosing between a standard cylinder, twin missile boxes, a thermal reactor, a plasma reactor, or even a cryogenic one. That being said, for some reason, those options weren't available when I tested out this mod. Now, this may either be a bug with the mod itself, or I may have modded the ever-loving fuck out of Fallout 4, causing it to be really, well, fucking broken. In any case, much like the penis of an old man with erectile dysfunction, it just does not seem to want to work, no matter how many pills I stuff down its throat. Regarding damage capabilities, this weapon has very similar stats to the vanilla rocket launcher found in-game. And I think the ideal way to showcase that is to pit this weapon against a whole bunch of SeaWorld attractions. Even though this mod might not be the most lore-friendly weapon that can be found, it's still pretty goddamn cool. It's just one of those weapons that merely using it gets you a whole lot of pussy. I mean, just rush into the middle of the street and start shouting at the top of your lungs, "Hey ladies, I used the Raw Launcher mod for Fallout 4." And just watch women line up in your bedroom. I mean, either that or you are going to get hit by a car. Because you are standing in the middle of a fucking street. You goddamn dumb fuck. And last but not least, at number 1, we have the Miniguns Standalone once again by Skibara. Do you enjoy heavy weaponry, penile guns, and the mass genocide of any and all children? Well, if so, take a seat, because this might just be the mod for you. I mean, sit down, don't take the seat, I need those back at the end of the day. The Minigun Standalone mod is an incredibly made, machine gun based heavy weapon made by Skibara. Now, for those of you who have been keeping track of the channel, you might have noticed that I actually covered the Skibara Weapon Pack Redux mod a few days ago, and this weapon came with a brand new update. That being said, Skibara also made this available as a standalone weapon, so I highly recommend downloading the Weapon Pack mod, unless you explicitly want to use this and only this gun. Much like any and all other Skibara weapons, this one comes packed with incredibly made textures, details, modifications, meshes, and even brand new custom animations and sounds. Not only first person, but also third person animations. That being said, the first person ones are kinda shit, however the third person ones are adequate at worst. If you, however, are familiar with Skibara's mods, you might point out that he has already made a heavy two-handed gun mod, so why make this one? Well, Jimmy, the answer is pretty simple. Just look at it. It's so well made, highly detailed, so similar to a cock and balls. I mean, come on, just look at that fucking satisfying animation as the gun revs up, starts spinning, and spewing out bullets like there's no fucking tomorrow, as well as lights up with that fucking metal glow. I'm just showcasing the mod, and I already came twice while simply saying that. Regarding customization, this weapon can be augmented as any other Skibara weapon mod can be. The only difference is you cannot choose the paint. However, you can choose from 4 different receivers, 4 barrels, 3 sights, 2 magazines, 3 muzzles, and 4 ammo types. Now, miniguns, in my opinion, are one of the most badass fucking weapons available, and the fact that Skibara has made one with such a high attention to detail is right up my alley, since I really do enjoy heavy machine gun based weapons in Fallout 4, however the vanilla game is somewhat lacking. And I think we can all agree that you can make anything just a little bit more badass simply by making it rotate, vibrate, making it out of plastic, or even making it in the shape of a dog's dick, opposed to a human one. No? Anyone? Not even my dad? And regarding damage dealing, this weapon does, well, basically what you would expect it to do: shred through incredibly large audiences of anyone and anything standing in your way, turning it into fucking mush. And if you yourself are a family man, do not worry, because this gun is 100% safe to use around, with, and even on children. If for some odd reason you actually enjoyed watching this video and would like to watch more, then subscribe to the channel. As always, my name is Magi, you've been watching Trollin' Bros. Until next time guys, I'll see ya!